Now, another way we can be paid for a job is a salary. Now, salaries are typically paid monthly, bi-weekly, or weekly, but they're giving you a certain amount of money for the whole year, regardless of how many hours you work. So salary is different than hourly in that you could work 10 hours or you could work 50 hours in a week, and you're still going to make the same amount of money. So if I look at this, some things that we need to know is that 1 year is 365 days. There's 12 months and there's 52 weeks. So for bi-weekly, that's 26 payments a year. Those are some important numbers. Because typically, bi-weekly is actually the most common way to get paid. Now, when we're working through this, I'm going to kind of put an extra slide in here. What we need to recognize is we always want to start at annual pay. Okay, so whether you're given it or not, you're going to have annual, you could have monthly, you could have bi-weekly, or you could have weekly. Now, there could be other ones, but those are the most common. Now, we always, if I was giving you annual, you would give you monthly, you would divide by 12, and that would get you back to annual. Now I can take that number, I want to times it by 12, not divide. Times by 12 to go back to annual. And then I could divide by 12 if I wanted to find monthly. I could divide by 26 if I wanted to find bi-weekly, or I could divide by 52 if I wanted to find weekly. Likewise, I could times by 26 to get from bi-weekly back to annual, and I could times by 52 to get from weekly to annual. But we always want to go back to annual and work from there. That's the easiest way. So always get back to annual. Get back here and work from here. Okay, so if you're given anything other than annual, get back to annual and start there. So for example, Kendra is paid a salary of $34,000 per year for clerical duties at a manufacturing firm. How much does she earn to the nearest cent per week and per month? Well, this one's nice because it already gave us the annual. So per week, if I look, to go from annual to weekly, I need to divide by 52. I think the other one was monthly, so we would divide by 12 to get there. And we're always starting from that annual. So 34,000 divided by 52, and there's 52 weeks in a year. That's why we're doing that. So if it was bi-weekly, we'd be dividing by 26 because there's 26 bi-weekly periods. So per week, that means that Kendra is earning $653.85. Now per month, we're going to do the exact same thing. We're starting back at 34,000. So we're going back to the start, and we're dividing this time by 12. So we're just dividing by how many months are in the year. So here we're getting 2833.33. Now, the biggest mistake that people make is they take their weekly and then they just say, well, there's 4 weeks in a year or in a month, so I'm just going to take that 653.85 times it by 4. So this times it by 4, and I get 2615.4, and that's $200 less than what you're actually making. Okay, do not shortchange yourself. Do it the long way. Make sure you get that $200, because here you're making $2,833. Here you're only making $2,600. Okay, get that $200. Go back to annual and take the 2 extra seconds to figure it out. Another example, Rita earns $738 bi-weekly. Adele earns $1,580 monthly. Calculate Rita's annual and monthly salaries. Assume the jobs are equal. Which one would you like? So if we wanted to do Rita's annual salary, we're taking 738 and timesing it. We're going from bi-weekly to annual, so we're timesing it by 26. So we're going to take that 738, times it by 26, and get 19,188, and that's our annual salary. Now the monthly salary, so that's annual. The monthly salary, I'm going to take that annual, 19,188, and I'm going to divide it by 12 months in a year. So I'm going to take that number, divide it by 12, and I get 1599. Okay, now some people would say like, oh, that's $19 different. I'm definitely going to get paid that way. Some people would rather get one big lump sum payment. Which would you prefer and why is totally up to you. If you would rather get one payment because you have a bunch of bills that all come out at the same time, that might make more sense to you. But if your bills are spread out, then you might want to take the bi-weekly payment because you're always going to have money. Okay, so it depends on your situation on which one you take. And that's pretty much salary payments.